Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Vicious Fun. So, Joel, who is a horror critic from the 1980s horror film critic, finds himself in the midst of a self-help group of other serial killers. So he has to blend in or he's going to end up dead kind of thing. I don't know. Red box, I think. But it's on AMC Plus. It's 6.5 at IMDb. 4,777 people have rated it so far, so that's not too bad. We'll see. Hour and 41 minutes long. Kind of on the verge of whether it's a school night movie or not, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to let you know what I think and what it's all about. So stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Vicious Fun. No check-ins. I almost wasn't going to watch it, so I didn't do any check-ins. That doesn't make any sense, because if you make it halfway through, you're going to watch the whole thing, right? But I wasn't sure about it, to be honest with you. It's a dark comedy, and it's set in the 80s, like I kind of said in the beginning. So this kid, Joel, is a horror film review person. Doesn't really, I mean, the title that he is comes into play, but his knowledge of horror films is not relevant in this film at all. Not used at all, which is interesting because this is like a dark comedy, a horror comedy kind of thing. And essentially, he lives with a girl who he likes, and he wants to find out more about the guy she's dating, and that's how he kind of gets involved, as I said, into this meeting with all serial killers in it. So he's got to kind of fake it that he's a serial killer to try and stay alive. There's some post-credit scenes here, so I gotta pause it. You know, and then it just, you know, it just goes. It goes. Obviously, they figure out he's not who he says he is, and so now they've got to kill him. There's a lot more other details involved, but really, I mean, that's it. And then, you know, he's got to try and survive, and blah 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 blah. That's your plot line. Now, some of these sometimes are just so bad that you want to turn them off, that you don't want to watch them. This one was not that way. I kind of like Joel, although he's not, I mean, you like him because he's the underdog, but sometimes even he's the kind of character I normally wouldn't like, to be honest with you. And in this case, for some reason, I did like him a little bit. And so, you know, not my favorite actor of all time, but I did find his role here was pretty good. I didn't hate him. And the you know, the serial killers, for the most part, our main one is Bob. I can't remember the guy's name. He looked like somebody else I've seen in other movies. But Grind, if you've ever seen Grind, I forget the blonde kid's name in that movie, the actor, but he reminds me of him in this. And he reminds me of the one of the vampires in Twilight. You know, so and that would be another one that normally I don't like. I would have thought it was too over the top, too silly, whatever. For some reason, it kind of worked. Again, didn't hate him. I don't know how better to explain it. I expected not to like either character when I first started watching it, and coming to the end, I didn't hate them. They were pretty good, you know. And even the girl that helps him out, Carol or Carolyn or whatever her name was, you know, I felt these are stereotypical characters that I've seen in the past in movies like this that just didn't enjoy, but they did something in this one that made me, again, kind of like them in a sense. So I made it through, and I thought that was good. So that, I mean, there's not much else to tell really about the movie and stuff. There is some gore, I would say, or some hard scenes to watch. You know, some of the slashers kind of stuff is in this. But the one other good, really good thing about it, the 80s theme, right? So it all takes place in the 80s, which I kind of said in the beginning. And so, you know, everybody dresses, everybody, you know, you know, the cars, the taxis and stuff like that. There wasn't too much to take in, you know, that from the 80s, but the music and the sounds and everything like that really drew you back to 80s horror films. For the most part, I thought, you know, it's just that you'll know it once you see it. If you've seen them before, as soon as you hear it, you know, and I enjoyed that aspect of it. Again, not sure why, but So there you go. I know I didn't tell you much, but I think I told you enough. You know, you're not going to hate the characters. You're probably not going to hate the movie. And maybe you'll actually even like it more. Sometimes some dark comedies work for me. Sometimes they never work. This one was like right middle of the line that, I don't know. There you go. That's it. I'm excited to see what this post-credit scene is. So I'm going to take off now. What am I going to give it? I'm in the 5-6 range. I don't know. You get it. It's in there. I don't like to give halfsies because halfsies feels like they're cheating. But 6 seems a little high. I don't know. We'll see what I feel like, but you get it. Alright, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.